took care of their daughter Kathy for, well, she was born in '73, but I didn't see her right when I was first in practice, but I don't know at what point I saw her, but then till she passed away in '99, took care of her.
The first time I brought Kathy in, and through all of the time that I brought Kathy in, he saw her on my lap. He did not sit her in a chair. So, you know, all of the dentistry that he did with Kathy was sitting on my lap.
Even at age 20, what would they be, 26, 27, she was still, would come to my office. She was very petite. She was in one of those child fold-up umbrella strollers. You remember the day when, okay? Mary Ellen would bring her in, we'd work on her late afternoons, stuff like that. Kathy would open about this wide. So it reached a point where I had enough work to do. I said, we really need to sedate her to get her to open up, and also so I would have cooperation to do the work, because it was too much to do in segments in the office. Okay, put her in the hospital, sedate her. I looked at the anesthesiologist. I says, could you sedate her some more and get her to relax? She's opening about this wide. Okay, I'll give her a little more muscle relaxant. Okay. Is it working? Well, it should be working. She opened this wide. So my answer to that is, Kathy got even with me. You thought you were gonna have me open wide. This is all you're gonna get. So I did all the work in that same space I had in the office.
Jim has always been very much concerned with the person that he was working with.
Probably one of the toughest things I ever had to see a parent do. They had a DNR, do not resuscitate, when we did that case. So if she would have, they were not to resuscitate her. That had to be the toughest thing. Back then, I wasn't doing a lot of special needs, but whatever came in the office, and that had to be a toughest thing I ever saw a parent have to do.
I have another Jim story. So our daughter would have trouble swallowing, and it's later, and she, one time when I was in there, and it was when they used to put the little, I don't know what it is, aspirator in your mouth, and you hear the gargling, and it was taking off. And I said to Jim, I need that for Kathy. And he said, well, I have an old one at home. I can have it fixed up and let you have it. And so we got that until the day Kathy died. We had this little aspirator that Jim, with his own money, fixed up, put new cords on, and gave us this to keep in our home. It was one that he wasn't using, and he's just that kind of a guy.
I think he has a good practice because of how he cares for people and how he organizes his practice and his caring way with people. I mean, people come here because they know that they're going to get an honest opinion, and they're going to have good dentistry done, and he's a good guy.
I would say what we get is a dentist who cares.
I want to be recognized as the place to go to take care of special needs when nobody else says yes.
It's a poem I wrote, I think, somewhere around 1985. Kathy was probably 8 or 9.
I think a little later, but
maybe a little later. But I had been on, I'm an architect, and I was in construction administration, which meant that at that point in time, I was on a job site actually for Rush Hospital. They were building a new building, a new wing. And I was on the job site and had my own little trailer, and I would coordinate the work or the drawings with the contractors if they had questions, and a lot of other stuff. And I had some free time in my trailer, and I started writing. I thought about Kathy, and I just sort of wrote 2 or 3 short little lines on a Post-it note. And then I put that on the wall, and then I wrote another 3 lines and put that on the wall, and then ended up with like 12 pieces of paper that became the poem. And it's titled Smile, because Kathy, the one thing about Kathy was she really knew how to smile. She couldn't talk, she couldn't walk, she couldn't verbalize, but she could smile. And it was something that sort of just came to me.
She can smile. She cannot walk, she cannot talk, but she can smile. She was our second child and first daughter. A young father's concerns loomed large. A daughter? No need to worry. He changed the game. But she can smile. She's fed, she's changed, she's bathed, she's patterned, she's held, she's loved. But she can smile. She cries too, but it's not remembered. She can smile. Rhet is the disease, a long search for label, with no hope for change, but she can smile. Miracles are still wished for, prayed for endlessly, yet she is the miracle. She gathers the flock, and she can smile. The father could run, ran for her, ran with her. She cannot walk, she cannot talk, but she can smile. The father carries her to the bread and the wine, not for her, for him, for all. She is blessed. She can smile. We've had 3 more, 2 daughters and a son. All, the first son too, are the father's concern. Naturally, but oh, they can smile. We do not see the end. We unconsciously plan, yet the void will be great, unfillable, but she can smile. Her favorite song? Happy Birthday. It marks the time, and she smiles.
We will remember him with Kathy.
Yeah.
It's a legacy started.